I'm Joanna Pieters, creator of Vitally Productive, working with business leaders and entrepreneurs to help them make the most of their energy and focus for greater success. I've got a tip here about dealing with email overwhelm. Now, we all know we should limit our email times. We should be checking it just perhaps twice in the day. We can set out of office responders. But what happens very frequently is that we start feeling anxious. We start feeling that something's going to go wrong if we do that. The reason for that is a brain chemical called dopamine. Now, dopamine is really essential to keep us alive. It's massively important in motivation. And dopamine gives us a buzz. It actually gives us the promise of pleasure. So when we're in a situation where we're under stress, that might be stress of a difficult commute, a boring meeting, or doing a task that we're not fully engaged in, it sends out a blast of this chemical into our brain and it distracts us. It tells us we need some excitement from elsewhere. And in our office environments and our work environments, we've often trained ourselves that email can provide that. Now, dopamine's very clever. If we don't respond, it brings in other chemicals, and those chemicals make us feel anxious. We start to imagine all the consequences of not doing it. Now, that was really useful when we were walking through the jungle. We see the animal we should be hunting, can't really be bothered. Actually, we start thinking about what will happen if we don't. We're all going to go hungry. So it was enormously useful. When it comes to email and daily life, it's really unhelpful a lot of the time. How to counteract it? The best weapon is simply self-awareness. So when you feel your brain having an itch to check that email, ask yourself what's really going on. And then counteract that chemical release by standing up, having a stretch, moving around. And the urge, that kind of brain itch, will pass fairly soon. And fairly quickly, you'll begin to train your brain that it actually doesn't need that chemical buzz. I'd love to know how you get on with this. And if you know someone else who you think would benefit from it, then forward it to them now. And if you haven't yet discovered your most natural route to greater productivity, then take your free Vitally Productive assessment on the homepage at joannapeters.com.